Hey, what's up? We're live. All right, that's usually how you start off live streams. Okay, today we were supposed to have Vanessa
Nope.
Deaton. Veronica Deaton. I'm sorry. It's the other V with the Republican name that's running for office in the Valley. And she messaged me about 30 minutes ago and said, sorry, can we reschedule? I said, sure. I'm hopefully it's not going to be a big deal to get her on at some point. I know she has some small kids and stuff, so it's possible that came up. I'm hopefully it's nothing nefarious. That one of our friends on the Republican side said, "Don't get on that show. They're a bad show. Don't get on there." Like, I doubt it to happen. Vanessa's really Vanessa. I'm gonna keep calling her Vanessa. I swear. Veronica's pretty cool. Anyway, but we do have Manny with us. Manny, say hi to everybody.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
I haven't shared.
We do have a special guest coming on. I think pretty. Oh, hang on a second.
Coming on? Is he coming on already? Is he coming on? Who is it?
He says he's on, but I don't see him at all.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe he got into the wrong link, which is possible.
I'll send him another one here.
All right, good job.
Here, chat about something while I.
Oh yeah, we'll be chatting. All right. So our special guest is going to come on right now. It's a surprise. He just unveiled a new business today, and we're going to talk about his awesome new business. He's a really, really cool dude. His dad was a good college buddy of mine, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about his dad a little bit because it was awesome. And anyway,
here we go.
Sorry, here's our surprise guest? It is Christian Juarez. Christian, what's up? Hi, Christian.
How you doing? Hello.
Today, we were just telling everybody that you are a new business owner. You just started a small business today. What is it?
Yeah, so I opened up, well, there's no grand opening yet, but I officially put together an LLC for Sotex Precious Metal LLC. And what it is, it's going to be like it's good for, for sort of the everyday person, it's going to be a cash for gold, pretty much. Cash for gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. So I'm looking to give top dollar to those who bring any of their old jewelry, scrap jewelry. As you know, a pawn shop will give you no more than, say, 30% on any of those items, and they'll give you even less based on condition. I'll give you top dollar no matter the condition.
Awesome. Cool. And hopefully that's going to go well for you. It's really tough to start a small business during a pandemic, but it is really cool that you're doing it. I was telling everybody that I knew your dad, back in college, and your dad was awesome. Your dad is the late, great Derek Juarez, a local attorney in town who passed away with coronavirus. My condolences. As I've told you before, I love that guy. He was an awesome dude. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him too much. Hey, where do you go? Don't leave us. Where are you, Christian? Where are you? You there?
I might have paused for a minute.
Okay. He was really cool. But my condolences. He's awesome. So I'm sure he's proud of you right now for starting this awesome business. Don't know where Christian went to. Is he just went off mic or?
Yeah, I think he might have muted for a minute.
Might have muted for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't go away, Christian. Well, anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about is I'm going to do a little informative stuff for you all because I think our show needs to not just be about politics, but needs to be informative and help you all find some stuff. So I'm going to show you all with the help of Manny. He's going to pull up the Cameron County Elections Department. And you'll be able to do this also in Hidalgo County. If you're watching this from Hidalgo County, you'll be able to do that in all these other counties, but definitely in Cameron County, and maybe next time we'll do Hidalgo County. But do you have the Cameron County Elections Department website up, Manny, already?
Yep, sure do.
All right, let's go for it. And then we'll wait for Christian to get on at some point. Put him in the back. Awesome. All right, so what you do is you go here. This is the Cameron County Elections Department run by our good friend Remy Garza. He's an awesome Cameron County administrator, and this is their website. What I want to do today is we're going to look at sample ballots because I want you to be able to know where your sample ballots are. So what you can do is you can look at notices. I think that's where you can look at note. Oh, there you go. I can see it now. Sample ballot. Click on that right in the middle, right there. click on sample ballots. This page is current elections only. For prior election, click here. All right, so apparently they do not have sample ballots up yet, ready to go for this year, but still we can look at them anyway. Click here. Where it says click here.
Yeah, let's see. Why aren't they there?
Prior elections,
There we go.
there you go. All right, so what I want to do is, these are results page for the 2020 Elections Department website. So you go early voting turnout or daily roster. Those are pages you're going to be able to go every day to see where the Elections Department is. For some reason, they do not have any sample ballots here either, which isn't cool. So what we want to do, why not? We'll just go and look at the elections archives anyway. Click on the elections archives for the 2020 July 14th primary runoff election. Click on that. And you scroll down, you should be able to get sample ballots. Okay, Christian is texting us there. What you can do, this will happen even once we get the other. There you are, Christian. Awesome, you're back. We're going to look over sample ballots. For some reason, I was assuming that they had the sample ballots ready to go for the 2020 November election, but they don't. So what you'll do on this page, this is just a sample. What you would do, it's going to be the same thing once the 2020 sample ballots come out, so you can look at them. You can know who's on the ballot, and so we can do just look at the Democrat primary. Why not? And just look at that, and you're going to scroll down. You're going to click whatever your precinct is. Okay, you will click whatever I think, Manny, your precinct 37. I think is your precinct, right? All right, we'll just go precinct 37. What the hell? I think that's your precinct. Or Christian, do you know your precinct number?
No? What website are you on?
We're on the Cameron County Elections Department. We're just going to look at your sample ballot for your precinct. So what you'll do is you'll figure out where your precinct is. You can look at your voter registration card, and it'll tell you what precinct it is. And just click on that little drop list under Democratic primary runoff. I know you're not a Democrat, Manny, but still click on that. And it's going to let you all of the sample ballot. This is hilarious. It's not working. The drop list doesn't work.
You don't see it?
No, I don't see any drop list at all.
Yeah, I got to pull down.
Really?
Ballot for precinct 1 through 109.
Wow, it doesn't show up at all. Why would that be the case? And the other sample ballots, did it have any sample ballots for this year already? Maybe if I'm not able to see the drop list, maybe I'm not able to see the other thing either.
That's not showing up there?
No drop list whatsoever, dude.
Let's try it. Hold on, let me refresh that. All right, back to the other page, sample ballots.
All right.
You're seeing all this, right?
Scroll down. Yeah, I'm seeing that. But when you scroll on it, nothing shows up. No drop list comes out at all.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the whole list, but for whatever reason, StreamYard doesn't pick that up.
That's odd. All right, well, scroll down to your precinct 37.
Let's see what happens when I pull it up here.
There you go. I can see 37. You click see ballot. You'll click see ballot.
Okay, now it's on another page. So
click on that other page. There you go. And that'll be a sample ballot. And so before you go vote, it's important to look at a sample ballot so you know who you're potentially voting for. And then go look them up. Research them. Don't look at the blogs. Don't look at the Herald to tell you who these people are. You go research them yourself. We're hoping to have a number of these candidates potentially. This is just for the Democrat primary, for example, in 2020. Hopefully we'll have them on the show. Or we'll post their press releases on our website when we have that thing going hopefully this weekend. By this weekend, we'll have that website going for Labor Day weekend. And research your candidates. There is no excuse for you not to know who's on the ballot when you go vote. Whether you vote mail-in ballot or whether you vote in person or you whether vote curbside. And with that in mind, now we have some of these. I'll tell you who some of these people have won. They're going to be on the ballot. In November on the Democrat side, you're going to have Hager's running against Cornyn in that race. I don't remember who won the Railroad Commission race, but I sincerely doubt any of these two will win. And the State Senate District 27 race. We had Eddie Lusu Jr. winning out that primary, so he's going to face off Vanessa Tijerina as the Republican nominee. There's a lot of controversy on the Republican side for that one. Gabby Garcia won that race for the 138, and so she doesn't have an opponent, so she's pretty much deemed elected, and I guess she'll be sworn in January 1st of next year. Anyway, Christian, I want to ask you some questions about voting in November. What do you think about everybody getting mail-in ballots?
Well,
Applications, I should say.
mail-in ballots. So there's been plenty of cases where mail-ins have been tampered with. There's cases that happened in I can name examples that happened in Democrat, heavily Democrat states, where they tried as an experiment having mail-in ballots. This happened in New Jersey, I believe. Yeah, New Jersey. They tried doing an all mail-in, and what happened is that the election was frauded because ballots that were in a certain box, they just took them all out, and then they shoved them into a different box miles away, and then they didn't count. So then they wanted, I guess they wanted their own votes to count, and just based on the area, they were targeting who was stronger in the area and moved their ballots to where they wouldn't count. So that to me is a concern.
Yeah. And so our neighboring county, Hidalgo, has determined that they are going to send out some 70,000 mail ballot applications to senior citizens over the age, I don't know if it's 70 or 65. I don't remember the cutoff date offhand. But what do you think about that? Should everybody get an application from the county, and should the county taxpayers pay for that postage to go out? I'll take that back. I believe the post office has said they're not going to be charging people to do that, but they're still having man hours that they're going to be using to send out these applications to older folks. What do you think about that? Everybody getting an application.
Well, absentee voting, I think, is something that could be managed a lot better. So we should keep it at those levels. But if we try raising it more than that, then things happen. There have been cases in other states as well where they saw an increase in mail-in voting. And what ended up happening is sometimes the deliveries would be delayed, so then their votes wouldn't count. Or sometimes they were completely omitted because of the massive influx of mail going out. Sometimes they just get lost in transit, like at a warehouse or something, and they find them sitting sometime after the election took place. So mails don't count. So, but there's a manageable amount, I think, and if it's just for senior citizens or people that would typically do absentee voting, I think we should keep it about like that. And anyone who wants to opt into a mail-in vote, they shouldn't be sent. I don't think they should be sent something like an application for a mail-in vote. I think they should go proactively. If that's really what they want to do, they should go proactively seek one out.
Yeah, and that's happening in Harris County. Harris County, the county clerk there is the secretary for the Texas Democratic Party and also holds the position of county clerk in Harris County. Harris County being the largest county in Texas, and that's pretty much Houston. For those of you who aren't familiar with the county names, and what he wants to do is send an application to every single registered voter. And last night we had Charles Butt, who is the owner of HEB from the Butt family, and I guess the Butts are not very happy with the idea of the state preventing Harris County from sending this application to everybody, and it was a big brouhaha. I'm actually concerned about sending it to everybody because of the amount of mail that's going in. Number two, everybody will, not everybody, but people who are in the know will know when these applications are being mailed out. And I'm not saying that we're going to have rampant, everybody's mail is going to be broken into once the mailman goes out. But if you're not expecting this and you wait a couple of days, maybe your mailman might not know it's there, and your application there, somebody takes it. Nobody. It's kind of like identity fraud. Identity theft, taking it from you. When you have people like we had in Donna willing to sell their vote for cocaine, they're being charged. We have politiqueras down here in the valley. Could you imagine doing something like that here? We have an organization here in Brownsville called CAVA, Citizens Against Voter Abuse. Yeah, they tend to be more liberal, but they've been fighting vote harvesting and voting politiqueras for a while now. I'm a little bit terrified, if you're of this happening. I was talking earlier with one of our mutual friends. If you go to vote, and they say, sorry, you already voted. You sent in a mail-in ballot, and you're like, wait, what happened? I did not do that. There's not going to be a recourse. How many people could that potentially happen to? And this isn't about voter suppression. This is about, mass mailing of applications. Yeah, the Republican Party does it. The Democrat Party does it. Candidates will send out applications, but that's on their dime. That's not on the taxpayer dime. Additionally, if you're an inexperienced mail ballot voter, I have been in that room where the ballot board, where they get in those ballots and they start, counting them and determine whether or not to count this vote. When it comes in, they have to inspect the outside of the envelope to make sure that the signature matches the application that they have on file. They have to make sure that matches. They have to, and before they even bother opening the ballot, and then getting the ballot, making sure the ballot is fine, they don't count it. They just set it aside and then have to run it through a machine. But there's a lot of technicalities that happen. And if you're older or you've never done this before and you don't have experience, you could potentially have voted, think your vote is going to count, and then they mail you a letter after the election and say, oh, by the way, you sent us a mail-in ballot, but we didn't count your ballot because there were some errors. So you get disenfranchised because you didn't do it properly, when you could have done it in person. And I have a disability. I have muscular dystrophy. I have an autoimmune. My autoimmune condition is not great because of my muscular dystrophy. So I have a legit disability. I'm also a germaphobe. I have social anxiety. I'm pretty sure I qualify to be able to do absentee, but I'm not going to do it. Whoa, we have another Christian.
Oh, we got double here.
Oh, that happened, Christian.
Which is the good one? There you go.
There you go. All right, cool. Are you there, Christian? Wave if you can wave. Nope. All right, maybe the other one was a good one. Did you get rid of him?
No, he did. I didn't. might just be a poor connection. That's all.
All right.
Give it a minute.
So getting these ballots in it could be potentially a problem where your ballot doesn't get counted. You get disenfranchised because you've never done this before, and so that would be a big concern for me. I'm hopefully it's a concern for others, but apparently it's not very much of a concern for Charles Budd of HEB. This is the same HEB that I guess has helped out during the coronavirus and thinks it's okay to go grocery shopping. But apparently it's not okay for everybody to go vote in person. It makes no sense. If you're scared about spreading coronavirus and getting people sick, why do you have HEB open? Why?
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense at all when everybody's out shopping and going to the park and to the beach.
Yeah.
At Walmart, at HEB, it doesn't matter. But they want to make the excuse that, it's not safe to vote.
I mean, the governor gave us an extra week of early voting. You have an opportunity to do. You can even do curbside. I do curbside. Quite frankly, I do curbside half the time. I don't feel comfortable going in voting in person. That's just me. And inside. Usually where I vote, they already know me. So they have experience dealing with somebody who's a germaphobe and freaks out. And so they'll come to me and I'll vote and give them the ID. It's not hard. Even if they see who you voted for, big deal. You fill in a thing, they will put it in the ballot box for you. It's easy peasy. You only interact with that one person. You don't have to wait in line, and so it's good to go. And with that in mind, we'll move on to another topic that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, Christian will come back on at some point, and we won't have problems. But I wanted to get your impressions, Manny, on a little bit of sports because we haven't done the sports on the Rio. We were going to do it last night, but there was a big game, the big hockey game, and we both wanted to watch it. And it was not a good game for the Dallas Stars. So let's talk a little bit about sports. It's been in the news. Let's go for it.
I think the one thing for me that stands out is a lot of attempts at what people call virtue signaling.
Oh, wow.
And some NFL players, just like the NBA players with names on their backs or whatever their cause is. But now you got football players who want this last guy who was killed, who had a knife in his hand, who was reaching.
Apparently he wasn't killed. He's still in the hospital.
That's right. He's paralyzed. He's in critical or recovering. Anyway, so I think it's Drew Brees wants his name across his helmet.
Oh, he already has his name across his helmet.
Yeah. Now, this is a guy who raped a young lady, and she survived. Now, that doesn't compute, and I don't get it. I totally don't get it at all.
Yeah, it's a.
Christian won't be back. He's got a bad connection. He's trying to get that fixed.
Okay, no worries. Next time we can hopefully he'll be able to come back on. Get a good connection. Maybe we need to improve your speed a little bit. That might be it. We have that have a problem. We've been having internet brownouts in our neighborhood, right, Manny?
Yeah, there have been.
Not the greatest connection. I don't know if it's because everybody's on the internet. Is it too hot outside? I have no clue, but it's not cool. But I thought I wrote something. Manny, if you can put the topic on the bottom or something, whatever we're talking about, so people can know what we're talking about. Yeah. So we're not going to say the guy's name because I don't want to say his name, but Drew Brees. I don't know what happened to him. He had come out, you should not kneel on the kneel when the anthem is on. You should kneel. And the next day, it's okay to kneel. It's okay to kneel. Leave me alone. My teammates are mad at me because I believed in that. And now he's just gone. I don't even recognize this guy. I don't even recognize him. He thinks it's okay. Like you say, the person's name, allegedly he raped somebody. He committed sexual assault on a woman. I mean, we've all know that the NFL has not the greatest history when it comes to sexual assault on women, and I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at the NFL that they think it's okay to put a name of this guy on there. I mean, he's not the greatest hero in the world to be putting on there. Should he have been shot in the back? Well, we don't know. We'll let a jury decide. It's up to the jury to decide that, not me or you, Manny. But the fact that they're, like you say, virtue signaling this guy is their hero. It's embarrassing. We're planning on watching NFL because we want to do a fantasy football league, and we're going to do our draft next Wednesday. If you're interested in joining our fantasy football league, we will message Manny. And we'll get you on our email list. We're going to be using Yahoo. So you're going to have a Yahoo account or Yahoo fantasy football thing. And so we can do our draft next Wednesday, I think, before the season starts. But, I wasn't going to watch the NFL because I'm disgusted by how they have become not even the Black Lives Matter stuff now. It's just that they're supporting a guy who is, I don't know, alleged
a career criminal. I mean, he's a career criminal, and
then they're okay with that. Then again, I mean, how many Hall of Famers do we have that were that way? Were accused of crimes. And Ray Lewis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it is what it is. So what else is going on with pro sports?
So we do have, I think it's a baseball player. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows. He wants to put the officer's name who was killed recently. That's what he wants to put on his jersey.
Oh, the African-American?
The young guy police officer who was killed last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Will the NFL, no, the MLB allow that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now.
I don't know. You can't support blue lives. The only ones you can support are Black Lives Matters. That's all you can do. Look, I support, African American rights. Obviously, I support, brown rights. I rights, not brown rice, brown rights. I believe in that. But the problem with this BLM thing is that it's a trademark by some communist socialist group that is not really a great group to be doing this particular Black Lives Matters. And it kind of puts into question whether who's actually running these riots or these protests on it and causing these NFL, NBA players, and to a certain extent now even NHL players, where NHL players were so distraught over this, like you say, career criminal, getting shot in the back, that they postponed their games. I kind of feel that the ever since that happened, the Stars, my Dallas Stars, who I've supported since 1996, for years, they now are they've been on a 2-game losing streak ever since that little extra day or two break, because they were so distraught over the fact that this happened. And so they're losing money, because when that happened, the Dallas Stars CEO announced, and this was an article in the Dallas Morning News, that they were losing season ticket holders, not just individual season ticket holders, but company holders, the ones that own boxes. They didn't go into how many had they lost, but they said I guess they had enough. They had enough with it. All right, who's this guy? Jaguars, Tyler.
Yeah. He's the one I was referring to. So it's NFL. He's going to put that retired officer that was killed. I believe it was in St. Louis. I think it was St. Louis. He went to go help out a business that was getting ransacked. Retired police officer. He went out to help, and he was shot and killed.
The widow spoke at the RNC, right?
Correct. That's correct.
President Trump. Very, very moving thing. So he wants to put his name on there. Does that article say anything about whether or not the NFL is going to allow this to happen?
No, I scanned through this earlier, and there was no mention that they were not going to permit it. There was no mention of that at all.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hope they allow it. Let's hope that we can do that, because I think this man deserves to be honored. He didn't grab some woman by the what.
Players can choose either a name of a victim or one of 4 preferred phrases. So they just said victim, but they didn't say, non-police victim or what.
Is David Dorn a victim? Let's see if the NFL believes that this man was a victim. I believe he's a victim, but I wonder if the NFL believes he's a victim. Yeah,
that'll be something if they stop him from doing that.
The NFL just isn't the same anymore. You have Roger Ebert. Sorry, Roger Goodell. Yeah, at this point I'd rather have Roger Ebert be the NFL commissioner than Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell, has now apologized to Colin Kaepernick. Oh, we should have listened to you. We should have. I don't know why we didn't allow you to kneel. We didn't understand what you meant, because apparently kneeling would have ended all this. Everything that's happened this year, had they allowed kneeling 3 years ago, none of this would have happened. The George Floyd would still be alive if Colin Kaepernick was allowed to kneel. Yep.
It's disgusting how, and I put a post on this on my personal site, on my personal Facebook page months ago, about Drew Brees not having balls just to stand up for what he felt when he initially came out with that. And then when a day later, once the cancel culture came out, he folded like a cheap suit, and that was embarrassing.
Yeah, I remember writing how, in support of Drew Brees, and said, wow, because he's always seemed to be an honorable man. He's from Texas, for goodness sakes. He should have some honor. He's given a lot to the New Orleans community. He did a lot of good stuff, but apparently it wasn't enough for the cancel culture before they went at him. His teammates went after him, ripping him for not understanding why they weren't. We weren't against the flag. We weren't against the country. We weren't against our history. We just were against police brutality. That's what they were saying. And it's like, no. Well, if you're really against it, why are you kneeling at that moment?
Right.
Other times you can kneel. Why can't you do it some other time? You know?
Exactly. I don't even care if they want to kneel or protest, but you know what? Don't do it inside that. Once you leave the locker room, you're public. You belong to the public. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see you play, defend, score, run, jump, whatever. Leave your politics to your time. In your locker room or afterwards or before. I don't care.
No, but we're evil, man. We're evil sports fans. We're not woke enough. We don't understand the history of sports or something. Yeah,
Yeah, the one who's got now. She's not in sports, but the one who's got. And now you keep using the term balls.
I don't. That's so sexist to use that term, Manny. You're not woke enough to be using that term.
But with the one who's got those is J.K. Rowling.
Oh no, we are not talking about her. No, let's not do that.
She's got them.
Yeah, I don't even say that. Don't even say that because it's a war. It's a turf war or something like that, and turf or terp, and I don't understand it quite honestly. But let's not talk about J.K. Rowling.
She's the one who's standing her ground, and she explained why. And she says that she got attacked by the cancel culture. I don't care. I'm not changing my mind on.
Yeah. She's going to be. There's a title of a book. I think Eric Erickson wrote a book called "You Will Be Made to Care." I think J.K. Rowling's going to be made to care when Hollywood decides you know what, we have a third movie that's supposed to come out with the what is that Harry Potter series? The Fantastic Beasts. That series. You know, there's supposed to be a third movie, a fourth movie, and a fifth movie. We might not get to the third movie, you know, if she continues on this route because they'll cancel her. And a lot of her fans are just like distraught. I can't believe you believe this.
I don't know who's that actor in Hollywood who's going against the mainstream in Hollywood and starting his own production company to make films in the conservative light. I want to say Antonio Sabato, but that may not be right.
You're talking about he was a soap star or something?
I think so.
He spoke in, I think, in the 2016 RNC. I think I know who you're talking about, and I think he's right. I think it's Antonio Sabato.
Yeah, and he came out recently. He's going to start his own production company, and he's going to do the kind of movies he wants to do, not only what Hollywood wants. And a lot of it would be featuring a lot of people, a lot of actors and Hollywood people that have been shunned because of their views and their values.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions, you're watching us right now. We're sorry. We were supposed to have Veronica Deaton, and she bailed on us 30 minutes before the show. Hopefully, we'll have her on because I have a lot of questions for her, in particular for her race because she's going up against Laura Perez Reyes. No relation to me, at all, and she apparently ran up against her, and she was in the news this week because she stood up at the BISD board meeting because she's a Brownsville ISD trustee. I think she's good friends with Erasmo Castro. I'm kidding. They're not. and she was upset because she accused the board attorney of doing all these kind of shenanigans. Having a PAC and giving her money and being some sort of a felon. That's what she accused him. We're not accusing him of anything. I'm just trying to report the news that happened at that meeting. It was actually made it to the Brownsville Herald. Maybe you can pull it up so we can read the Brownsville Herald's report. And so I'm curious what Veronica thinks about that. Excuse me. In part because is Laura doing this because she fears Veronica? Is she doing this because she's upset that she got subpoenaed in a federal court case involving a fellow trustee who was indicted with federal charges of corruption and bribery. I have no clue. So we don't know why Laura did it. But Laura now, after years of getting money from by the board attorney and working with the board attorney, with 2 months left on her term in office, she saw the light.
Yep.
Now a new, reborn again, transparent. She no longer believes in the great board attorney and wants to fire him. And she now wants an investigation by the superintendent. It was a rare cat fight. It was a rare cat fight. You have Minerva fighting against Laura and getting all upset and not happy. Okay, so this was the board. This is from the Brownsville Herald. This came out. This was written by the rather boring Gary Long. Gary Long is very boring. Just very, very boring. And sometimes you want that in a writer. Okay, can you make it a little bit bigger? Is there a way to make it bigger so we can be able to?
Yeah, I'm trying. They got so many ads on this freaking page.
Yeesh, I like the mobile version better. Like they're like a read out only, like one where you can go down and just get. You know what? Just show me the one that just has a reading thing. Go away, man. They are really. Harold, are you really that poor that you need this many ads? Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like it's unreadable. It's just wow. I don't remember it being this bad. Are you sure you got the right Brownsville Herald? Because didn't they just change their layout?
This is Brownsville Herald. They've always been like this. It's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. There's got to be a read only thing where you can just not read the e-edition. Why not? Can you read? No. That's not it. That's not it.
Do it.
Okay. No, there has to be like print this thing out, the print version or something, isn't there? It has to be something like that. Pinterest. What's that? What's that? That last one.
Reddit.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, just I guess.
So I guess they don't have a option of print. Not surprising, but
you used to be able to do that with this site. Wow, you can't. Apparently, you can't do that anymore. So you can just watch that. All right. Well, anyway, I want to read it. Let's read this. Let's read what Gary Long wrote. So make it bigger for me so I can be able to read it because it's kind of small for me. So you're able to focus in on it a little bit. All right. Now go a little bit higher. Brownsville Independent School District trustees decided Tuesday night to table a matter of board attorney Baltasar Salazar's employment until their October 6th meeting. Trustee Laura Perez Reyes, and you might want to change the topic if you're able to because we're no longer talking about politics and sport. We're talking about Brownsville ISD stuff. Trustee Laura Perez Reyes. Oh, cool. Hey, Xochitl, how you doing? Maybe we can have you come on one of these days. Oh, why is the coconut thing come on?
Yeah, sorry about that.
What was that? What was that about?
Yeah. We were talking about coconuts last week, remember?
Yeah, that's true, but I didn't know it was going to come back on us or something. I didn't know if you stayed there like that. Trustee Laura Perez Reyes placed an item on the agenda calling for discussion, consideration, and possible action to terminate Salazar's $300,000 contract, questioning whether the district was receiving the representation it deserved for the fee it was paying, and claiming that Salazar has 3 felony convictions dating to the mid-1980s. Whoa, that's a long time ago. We're going that far back. I was a little Roman then. I'm still a little, but not that little. The item was supposed to be supported by board member Eddie Garcia, who Erasmo Costers called Little Eddie. Mm-hmm. The trustee appointed to serve the remainder of former trustee. And they threw in Erasmo Costers' name. The Herald just desperately needs to throw in Erasmo's name for credibility or for clicks. Castro resigned over charges of driving while in time. Why are they bringing this up? Why? Okay, Gary, I know you're not the greatest writer in the world. In fact, I would venture to guess you're probably in the bottom 1% of writers out there. But come on. What is this Erasmo Castro thing have anything to do with what happened at the board meeting?
Any opportunity.
This is just crap, dude. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself, Gary. I've seen you at these meetings. You're half asleep. when you want these meetings. I don't mean to insult you or anything, but come on, dude. This has nothing. You just threw in the sentence, Castro resigned over charges of driving while intoxicated, but is running for a different seat. Yay. Okay, what does this have to do with what happened on Tuesday night, Gary? What? Nothing. It absolutely has nothing to do with it. But it's okay. It's okay. Just giving free. You just need the clicks. You need the Erasmo Castro clicks.
Yep.
Garcia, a retired Brownsville police officer. Yes, thank you for letting us know what he is, what he used to be. Because I guess maybe you like him. Has he bought ads in the Herald that you want to make sure everybody knows he was a retired police officer?
Yeah.
He's seeking election to the seat he was appointed. What does this have to do? And now, okay. Just so you know, Gary, this is how stupid, I'm going to use the word that Erasmo Castro used, stupid you are. Can go back up there, dude? Go back up. Go back up, please. He's not running for re-election for that seat he's currently on, you moron. You're a moron, Gary. You're a moron. And I'm sorry, he's running for a completely different seat, you moron. Okay? He's running for a different seat, the seat held by Sylvia Atkinson right now, and he's running against Carlos Elizondo. No, he is not running or seeking election to the seat he was appointed to. No, there are 3 people running for that seat. An actual person who doesn't fall asleep at meetings and doesn't leave early from meetings because he has somewhere else more important to go. I'm not saying you do this, Gary. I'm just being funny. But Gary, come on. Get your facts straight, for goodness sakes. You can't be just telling people, writing this stuff and saying he's not. You want to know who is running for the seat that he currently has? Frankie Olivo, Jaime Diaz Jr., not Jaime Diaz Sr., the attorney in town. Diaz, and Denise Garza. Those are the 3 people running for Garcia's seat that he currently holds because he was appointed. Dear Lord. You see, had you not bothered to put in the word Erasmo Castro on this story, you might not have gotten this incorrect. But because you had to throw in Castro, you had to be wrong. And I'm hopefully the Herald will do a correction. It wouldn't be the first time the Herald has to do a correction in their stories, but whatever. Stupid. Now, I'm using the word that Erasmo calls his friend, his favorite trustee, Minerva Peña. That's why I'm using that word, okay? So, anyway, Perez Reyes is not seeking re-election, but it's a Democratic candidate for Cameron County District Clerk. Yes, that's actually true. Wow, Manny, are you surprised that Gary actually said something that's accurate?
It's amazing.
Amazing. You should get a raise like our city manager. Oh, we'll go into that in a little bit. During the meeting, it emerged that the charges in question involved insufficient fund checks. Okay. Salazar countered that are you bored yet with this story? Because he's not making me interested in it, because trust me, there's a lot more fireworks than what's in this story. Salazar countered that the 2 of the charges were dismissed, quote, for want of prosecution, end quote, and that the 3rd was dismissed after he was granted judicial clemency. He provided documentation to the Brownsville Herald, and I bet you believed it, Gary.
Yeah.
You believe it? Do you believe that what he gave you was accurate? Thank you, Xochitl. I try to be as accurate as I possibly can. If I'm ever wrong, please correct me. I don't mind. Just don't call me stupid. I mean, God, Gary. Quote, I do not have any convictions. It is disappointing that Ms. Laura Perez Reyes wants to be a district clerk and does not even understand or know how to find correct information from the district clerk's office, Salazar said in a statement to the Herald. Oh, dear Lord. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He did, Manny. He went after her. She's so stupid. She can't even be a district clerk if she doesn't even know how to look up stuff. Uh-oh. Them's fighting words. By the way, Gary, I haven't read further yet, but I'm hopefully you got a comment from Laura Perez Reyes in response to that insult that he gave to Laura Perez Reyes. look, I'm not voting for Laura. Don't get me wrong. I'm not voting for Laura. And maybe she can convince me to vote for her, but right now I'm not voting for her. All right, scroll up, please. Salazar made reference to the dismissals during the meeting. Excuse me. And also said he is a member in good standing of the State Bar of Texas, holds a valid teaching certificate. Wait, you can teach? He's a teacher?
Apparently.
Does he do that on the side? Does he renew his teaching certificate? And I'm generally interested, curious on that one. Is this the way he is coming from her? Should she be worried? Oh, I honestly, no. No. Because I like Veronica. She's a sweet person, but a friend of mine and a friend of yours, so she this afternoon told me she's sweet, she's nice, but she doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, vote for Mila Deaton. You know, I haven't decided who to vote in that race. She stood me up today. I feel like a jilted. I was at the altar getting ready to get married, and she just stood me up. That's how I feel right now. I'm hurt and I'm broken hearted. But at least I'm not stupid like Gary Long. Anyway, holds a valid teaching certificate and is licensed to carry a handgun in Texas. Ooh, he can hold a gun. He can hold a gun. All of which carry the requirement of no felony convictions. All right, great. All right. Gary, have you by any chance looked up the 13th Court of Appeals? Because I think the 13th Court of Appeals has some commentary on this stuff, but hey, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job, Gary. I'm not going to do that for you, but maybe you might want to look that up. Anyway, during the discussion, Perez Reyes referred to the alleged convictions as crimes of, quote, moral turpitude, end quote. Really?
Moral turpitude.
They're moral turpitude. So hiding hot checks or whatever the heck he was accused of doing, I don't know what it is anymore. I really don't. Are crimes of moral turpitude. I had no idea. Learned something new. Thanks, Laura. I learned something new today. And said that she had noticed a pattern of him supporting board members in the majority, but not in the minority. Wait a second. You have been on the board how long? And right now you saw the light. I saw the light. Saw the light. She no longer. She did you like? She noticed the pattern, Manny. It was a pattern. She's been on the board what? 7 years, 6 years? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know how long she's been on that board. But oh, thank you. Moral turpitude is a legal concept in the United States and prior to 1976, Canada that refers to an act or behavior that gravely violates the sentiment or accepted standards of the community. All right. Term appears in U.S. immigration law beginning in the 19th century. Thank you, RioPolitics. I'm assuming that was you, Manny. Oh, wait. So when Laura said that Salazar threatened her, it reminded me of how this happens every day in our district against teachers and staff. Guess they have set the example. Yep. And you know what, Sochi? Apparently, Salazar has a teaching certificate. So maybe he learned from when he was a teacher, if he was ever a teacher. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm guessing here. I really am. It said that she had noted. Okay, she said Salazar is politically active. No, really? No way. Because he's given money to her. He started a political action committee against her. Really? Wow. And had made a $20,000 contribution against her. She said she became aware of the situation last April. Really? So now she's mad. She learned about it last April. Does she mean April of like April 2020 or April 2019? Because I believe when I saw the meeting, she said April 20 and 2019.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
So, I don't know if Gary if Gary has a calendar, but last April would be April 2020, Manny. We're now in September, and that was like 4 months ago. So last April would be April 2020. I don't think she said April 2020. I think she said April 2019. And if she did say April 2019, and I think that's what my memory is telling me, that was almost a year and a half ago. She learned about this a year and a half ago, and now all of a sudden is a phrase that's used by a former friend of mine, butthurt. You butthurt. Okay, go scroll down and go back up a little bit if you don't mind, because I missed that. Okay. Oh yeah. Anybody can turn a blind eye. I just felt the need at this point to put this on the record with 2 months left on her term. Trustee Sylvia Atkinson, who once ran BIC's personnel department, said the matters in question had come up at the time Salazar was under consideration to be hired, quote, and he was cleared for employment, end quote. Salazar, I'm really hoping, Gary, that at some point you mention in your awesome story, a report that Laura was kind of upset that Baltasar, she alleged that Baltasar was helping Sylvia Atkinson, and I guess sort of representing her, the district, I don't know, in her federal criminal criminal darn it, I'm in a brain fart. In criminal court, federal court. Anyway, set the matter. Okay. Salazar later said he has not created PACs, only contributed to them. He said he was hired in April 2013 at a salary of $240,000, that his contract was extended and received raises in 2017, 2019, and that Perez voted in favor of both extensions and raises. Interesting. I wonder if the 2019 raise and extension happened after she learned of what apparently happened in April. Several board members suggested it would be better to leave the matter of Salazar's employment to the board that will be elected in November when 5 seats will be decided. So, you said something else. What do you think about them extending this until October? It's an entire month. Why not the next meeting? Well, I think part of it is that Laura's not the brightest person on that BISD board. There aren't very many bright people on that board, if you ask me. I think there's a couple of people on that board that are bright.
The one that's bright and slick is Sylvia.
Yeah, we all know that. Well, she a doctor, and I don't want to name names. I mean, there's some board members I do like personally, but for me, it's never personal. For me, it's politics should never be personal. Politics is business. I agree with our mutual friend Erasmo Castro that says that. I agree with him. It's business, and so I'm willing to work with anybody. I know you are too many. In politics, you can be friends with anybody, but doesn't mean you always have to agree with everybody. And I don't have a problem. I mean, today I was questioning one of my college buddies, a good friend of mine, Trey Mendez, who I love as a brother, man, because he's really cool. He's an awesome person, but and he knows that I don't have a problem questioning what he does and believes. I don't, and he does the same thing with me, because that's what you do in politics. You can be respectful to people and disagree on stuff. Ultimately, board members indicated they did not have enough information to make the decision, and unanimous vote tabled the matter to the October meeting to give Salazar time to respond and Perez Reyes to provide documentation. They could have done it, at their next meeting, if they're going to have a meeting this month, a special meeting. But Laura just messed up. She didn't do the tables to say, hey, I want it at the next meeting. And so Pat Perez and Minerva said, oh, you mean the next regular board meeting? Minerva said the next regular board meeting, and I guess she didn't realize the next one's like a month ago. They could have just said the next meeting period, emergency special or otherwise. Just put it on that agenda whenever there's a meeting and get it done, because they don't need to do a month. Exactly, politics is business, not personal. It's never personal with me. It only gets personal when you bring in family. That's when you get you get to talk about family. That's when it gets personal, and we're gonna have some fun. But for the most part, it should be politics, and politics should be business. Now, that was an article. Thank you for the Brownsville Herald for allowing didn't give us permission, I guess, to read it word for word, but we did. We gave you credit. We showed advertisements for you. You can make money that way, so we're not stealing your stuff. But please, Gary, correct your reports, guy. Be a little bit more accurate on your stuff. I mean, it's one thing to make a mistake, but to claim that little Eddie is running for re-election, he's not. I'm sorry, I'm beginning to sound like Erasmo. I was looking to think I'm mimicking him, making fun of him, but I do it all the time when we talk. All right. Brownsville city manager gets handsome raise. That's our next topic. Well, what are your thoughts on that, Manny? Tell us what happened last night on Tuesday night. You know what happened tonight?
I don't know enough about this behind the scenes, but I do know that getting almost a 20 grand raise. Wasn't he just installed recently?
Yep, he was hired a few months. I want to say it was October of 2018. I want to say that's when he was hired. I could be wrong on that, but I know it was late in 2018 he was hired. For the first 100 days he was installed. He was like, I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. I want to learn. I'm going to listen. I'm going to do a listening tour. And then after that, I'll give you my opinion. Then he didn't really give us his opinion. But he gets paid a lot of money.
How that fares with other city managers and comparable.
According to Mayor Trey Mendez, he paid. He's the fourth highest paid city manager in the Valley, behind McAllen, Edinburgh, and Harlingen. And Mayor Trey Mendez says, "Well, we're the largest city in the Valley." Yeah, we are. We're the largest area too, but I don't know how it compares to budgets. I don't know if we have the largest budget in out of those four cities. I don't think we make the same amount of. I would venture to guess we don't make the same amount of sales tax dollars that like McAllen would make, and their property taxes are lower than our property taxes. So, I have never really looked at McAllen's. Love the little voice. Thank you. I can do this if I want to. I wanted to be like more professional, but reading that story brought up the crazy in me, I guess. But anyway, so back to Trey, and so what they did was last night. What did they do? Tuesday night. What they do, Manny?
No, I don't know.
They gave a raise. It wasn't actually a raise. They kept the salary the same at whatever it was. I think it was 220,000 or something, 225,000. Kept the salary the same, but they just gave him $19,500 to his retirement fund. Ooh, but isn't that still money? And he won't have to pay taxes on that stuff probably right now. He'll pay taxes when he withdraws that money, when he's probably at a lower tax bracket when he's older. So in actuality, you just really give him a lot of money, I would assume. Maybe that's going to go into his 401k. Who knows? I don't know where that money's going to go to. But why now? Did you have a problem with that, Manny? I mean,
are they going to make this an annual event?
I don't know. You might want. Maybe we can have the Mayor Trey Mendez come on and he can defend himself for doing this. See, I don't think this is this is for me an example of good enough for me but not for thee. And I say this because aren't we in a pandemic, Manny?
Yes, we are.
Are people losing their jobs?
All over the
place. These are all Biden voters, by the way. Every single person on that city commission is a Biden voter. We know it. They're Democrats. They're liberal. They want to make Brownsville the most liberal city in the Valley. It already is because that's what they are. They're all Biden voters.
The magician commission.
Yeah, there you go. So they're all Biden voters, and Biden likes to say that the economy is horrible right now, and that's why you need to vote for Biden because he's going to make it better. But these guys think the Biden voters don't think the economy is that bad, right? Because they don't think it's that bad. You're not suffering at home. You're not having to work from home because you might get coronavirus. You're a small business owner. People are just flocking in to buy food at your business. The dining halls are filled to the max. Nobody's suffering anymore, right? Because apparently the city of Brownsville can afford to give this guy $19,500 for his retirement fund.
So it wasn't necessarily a raise per se.
Well, tomato. It's still money. They're willing to give it to this guy. Give me a break. Either make up your mind, Biden voters. Either we have we're suffering through the greatest traumatic economic disaster in the history of the United States of America, other than the Great Depression, or we're not. And if we are, you don't give this guy a raise. And if we're not, then open everything back up so people can stop losing their jobs.
Yeah, so everybody can get their hair done.
Yeah, oh yeah, like man. Look, and you all have to understand, I am a germaphobe. I do not go out in public if I don't have to go out. I wear my mask. I have my gloves. I clean my hands like crazy. I live the life because the pandemic, I think, is serious. So you can't tell me, oh, Roman, you're just a Republican conservative. When I'm not a Republican. You're just a conservative. You're just a Trump voter. And you think it's a hoax. I don't. I do not think it's a hoax. Never have. Never. I've been one of the first people, myself and Erasmo Castro were the first people in this town to be saying we need to shut down the schools back in March, okay? So you can't tell me I'm not. But you all got to be consistent, guys. Either the economy is not horrible or it is horrible, and this is a bad example. And if you tell me that, oh, we're going to have to raise your taxes because that's what's happening right now. It's tax season right now. If you end up having to raise our taxes because we're not making enough money because the economy is suffering. It's horrible. It's suffering the economy. And we need to raise your taxes. We're sorry. We don't really want to do it. If you have to do that, but you gave this guy a raise, bleh, I spit on you. Bleh. Spit. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, a couple of things we're going to have to discuss this just briefly.
Oh yeah, because I talk a lot.
It's been spoken to by everyone, and even our own people are not happy about this.
Oh, when she did she pulled the Marion Barry defense.
Yeah.
What did Marion Barry say? Bitch, set me up. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, not my words.
Marion Barry was the mayor of Washington, D.C. For those that don't know, he got busted doing crack or purchasing it or both.
I don't know anymore. That was little back then.
Yeah.
I was innocent. My virginal ears were pure. So anyway, so what happened there was, so he felt that he was set up. So when they I guess the FBI came in, they were arresting him, and he literally bitch, set me up. Well, what did Nancy say yesterday? Well, I've always been to that salon. They were always so nice to me. It was a setup. I take full responsibility, but it was a setup. She's like, really? That's not really an apology. That's not taking responsibility. You're blaming the other person. Come on, dude. Come on. You're like the most powerful woman in the United States, other than Hillary Clinton. Oh wait, she's not that powerful anymore. She lost. What to make of that? Oh, this is the WAPO, Washington Post. The setup defense. Is this akin to the Chewbacca defense?
Yeah. Here's what Trump had to say about it right down there.
President Trump, crazy Nancy Pelosi. I don't have a voice for Trump. I can't do him.
You got to go a little lower, like a little more mellow.
Crazy Nancy Pelosi.
Not that low, but
not that low. I can't. I do other voices better, but I just can't do. Yeah, I do like that's what he does. Like whatever with this answer. Crazy Nancy Pelosi said, quote, set up, end quote, by the beauty parlor owner when she improperly had the salon opened and didn't wear a mask. Does anyone want a Speaker of the House who can be so easily set up? Ooh, I hadn't read that. She was set up. Oh, are you calling her crazy Nancy Pelosi dumb, President Trump? Is that what you're doing? Oh, there's Biden. There's little Biden. He's out in the wild. Biden's out in the wild, Manny.
He was at some weird conference today. Oh, we got a guest coming on here.
Who's the guest? Orlando! Orlando from Hidalgo. How you doing, Orlando? I'm doing good, Orlando. How are you doing?
I am blessed to be alive.
Awesome.
And it's great to be an American.
Are you ready for Saturday? It was no setup, Sochi. No, it wasn't. Absolutely not a setup. Saturday is the great Trump train. Josh, I have been got their year, and it was a setup. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The lady from the hair salon said that it was not a setup, that she does that all the time. She was interviewed today, I believe, and she says that Pelosi does that all the time, that she goes there often.
Yeah, and those cameras have been there for what, 10 years or
Yes,
they're
something like
always
that.
there.
She said
They're
at
always
least
running.
5 years she's had cameras.
But I think that the stylist, the one actually did the styling, whatever, lawyered up or something, because there was a hashtag set up on Twitter by Nancy Pelosi's daughter with a letter from, I guess, from either a PR firm or a law firm. I couldn't tell. They're from San Francisco. But yeah, Nancy Pelosi. So hey, next topic, real quick. Saturday, you ready? You're going to be part of the massive Trump train, right, Orlando? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, sir.
Next topic. Would tell us a little bit about that Trump train that's happening on Saturday, the Great September.
Well, this Trump train, I believe, is going towards the island.
Okay.
We're not only going to have automobiles and massive trucks, but I believe there's also going to be a boat flotilla.
Oh wow! That's
Yes.
gonna be amazing.
Folks are either going to bring their boats, or I believe that boats have been prearranged or rented, $20 per person or something.
That the boats have been set up.
The what?
Sorry, the boats have been set up.
Well, the preparations have been made to rent some of the party boats or something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be great. So MAGA meet up, and this is. But I'm just curious, who's organizing this event? Is this like an event just with you all over in McAllen, or is this like an event group with a particular group?
I believe this was arranged by by Jessica from the Cameron County, and Hidalgo County is going to go join them.
Yes. Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this going to be with the Hidalgo County GOP, or is this going to be like just the Hidalgo County, the McAllen Trump train people?
Well, I think the Trump train people is bigger than the GOP. Let's be realistic. Last week was massive.
It was massive, yeah. So what you all do? My understanding is, and based on you want to make the flyer bigger, Manny, so people at home can watch it and see it. All right, we're able to.
Yeah,
there we go.
Really? Okay.
Let's do that. Here, I'll try something else. Hold on.
Okay, hold up. All right. Well, my understanding is that again, you're right. The Cameron County Conservatives are doing it, and if you're interested in learning more, I would encourage those of you watching us, if you're interested in about this Trump train stuff, join the Cameron County Conservatives Facebook page, and they will be able to welcome you with open arms. It's a fast-growing group. Sorry. And so there's going to be a group. You all are coming from McAllen, right? Orlando, you're going to meet up in McAllen and drive
McAllen is probably going to gather at the usual place and then truck out there. That's going to be huge.
And what time are you all meeting up over McAllen? You know?
What's that again?
What time are you all meeting in McAllen?
McAllen, the meet starts around 8 or 8:30 in the morning. And then by, I believe, 9:45 is when folks start to get to be dispatched. It says here, oh no, that was San Benito.
Yeah, they're going to depart. The La Feria, Harlingen, San Benito, Raymondville are all going to meet up at the Harlingen Home Depot at 10:50, and they're going to leave to the island together. And then those of you in Brownsville are going to meet at the at 5480 Paredes Line Road at 10:50 and then depart. Those of you in Los Fresnos, you're going to have a prayer and a blessing at Bob's World, which is a great place, by the way. And you're going to depart at 10:30 a.m. And then they're going to have a drive-through at 12 p.m. And then they're going to train to the SBI Convention Center for a mega group photo. And if you want to do a boat charter, there's going to be at 3 p.m. at Louis' backyard with Danny B Charters, and there's going to be a dinner and a meetup greet at 6 p.m. Louis' backyard. Right now, Jessica is we're still in the works, but we think we're going to be broadcasting live a special show. RioPolitics is going to broadcast live at 6 from Louis' backyard. I think they're gonna be there, and I won't be able to make it to that because I'm not able to make it. But neither is Manny, so we're gonna have a video stream of it hopefully, and have some people talk while they're there. But yeah, this is a great thing. But this is just what's happening in Cameron County. But McAllen themselves, you all are doing something different. You're gonna drive from McAllen on the expressway, mega Trump train. You're going to go through Far, San Juan, Alamo, Donna, Weslaco, Mercedes, La Feria, Harlingen, San Benito, Los Fresnos, Laguna Vista.
If you look at the departure, if you look at the departure there that said 10:50, and if McAllen departs at their usual time, which is about 9:45, it gives McAllen an hour. It gives McAllen plenty of time to get to that San Benito location, to be able to gather there and then join and depart from there.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested, and if you live in Hidalgo County and you're watching us live, you can either go and meet up at this location over at the Home Depot in Harlingen at 10:50, or you can wait, like if you're like in Weslaco, wait on the expressway, wait to get on, wait for the Trump train, and just ride the Trump train, catch a ride and go. And it'll be a lot of fun. Gather something on September 5th. Are these meetups getting any backlash or Dems? Well, I wouldn't say backlash. They are getting
a lot of Karens.
A lot of Karens, yeah.
Karens, yes.
Orlando, you have a friend of yours over in McAllen who's like already filing complaints.
I do not have a friend. There is an individual in McAllen who filed a complaint. And by the way, I believe the Simon sisters replied back and they said they had no problem with the train organizing at their parking lot.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Hilarious. So
for more information on that, guys, you can go to that Cameron County Conservatives, and everything you need to know is right there.
Awesome. Yep. It'll be a lot of fun to do something. But there is going to be a write-in with Biden thing on Saturday. I think the Cameron County Democrat women are going to be doing that. I sincerely doubt it's going to be as big as this.
I wonder if they'll have an ambulance and maybe...
Why would you say that?
Oh, come on. Can Biden put together more than 4 words?
Well, Biden's not going to be here in Cameron County.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So it's just his supporters supporting the 100 years of people dying. Yes, I know. Yeah. Okay.
That 19. I mean, I seriously feel bad for the sign language interpreters. I really do. I know some sign language interpreters. I don't think they could do that. Well, and on that note, thanks for watching with us. Orlando, thanks for coming on and talking to us a little bit about the Cameron County meetup that y'all are doing. That real unifying event.
Whoa!
I cannot unsee that. Okay, I cannot unsee.
Oh that. My Lord! 1980. That's a '79 Trans Am.
It's a beautiful car.
Oh, so, indeed.
You know, some conservatives or alleged conservatives like to say that they're really having unity, but the real unity.
I met with the people that do the printing for my business, and I am actually going to convert part of my Lexus, the rear area of my Lexus. I'm going to put the Blue Lives flag or the police department flag on the back hood and the side areas of the fenders of my Lexus.
Wow. Well, I'm planning on going to do the riding with Biden. I mean, riding Biden. Sorry, the Trump train.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm gonna go ride the. I want to see what they're gonna do. No, I'm gonna do the Trump train just to see it, but I will not be able to stay at any of these extra stuff because we had already had made plans. But we might just drive out just to do it and experience it and enjoy it. So
I myself will have to come back because I have to. I've invited someone out for a birthday, so I've got to comply with that.
Thank you for saying it's a good show. I appreciate it, Xochitl. We will try to be as entertaining. We're going to end now so you can take a little bit of a break, Xochitl, because you have 9 o'clock, your favorite show. We're your second favorite show, I'm hoping, at least. And your favorite show, the 9 o'clock show with Erasmo Castro, who apparently just got the endorsement from AOBE. Are you shocked? I'm not. I mean, it's about as shocking. I don't know what's more shocking, him getting the AOBE endorsement. It's not very shocking. All right. Well, any last words, guys?
Yeah, real quick. I was going to put this up a minute ago, but we're talking about the presidential race.
They're gonna take away a black man's right to be on a ballot. That's wrong. It's wrong.
Why?
It's wrong. Because they say that he lied, or they lied to the electors that were on there. They were misled. It's okay. Not like I'm gonna vote for
just like Facebook on October is going to change all the rules and possibly delete everyone they want.
Of course, that's what they're gonna do. Because we think that your stuff is bad, and we're gonna get regulated, and we can't have you on here because we're gonna be over-regulated. See you later. So I think somewhere I saw that Facebook is going to be paying people to deactivate their accounts. I'm like, okay.
They don't think they have to pay anyone. All they got to do is set the algorithm to find everyone and just remove, freeze, or delete.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for coming and watching our show. We'll try to go back on maybe tomorrow night, depending on what we want to talk about, and maybe we'll have somebody Parlor. Yeah, get on Parlor if you can.
Yeah, Parlor and the what's the other thing? Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram is where I created a profile for the deplorables, just in case we have to protect ourselves to stay in touch.
Yeah, the deplorables is your page, right? You started.
No, deplorables is one of the pages that I help administrate.
Okay, I didn't know if you started it. It's cool. It's a fun page. It's a fun page. It really is. I laugh. So, all right. God bless you all. Thanks.
God bless you.
See you guys next time.